Hey y'all, my name's Daniel. I'm one of the 3 founding members of M&D Paranormal. Thanks for watching my channel. We use a lot of different equipment on our investigations, and one of the pieces of equipment that we use is an SLS camera. You've probably seen them on TV. They became real popular. Now everybody's using them. There's a couple different variations. There's mobile with a tablet, and mine is stationary on a tripod, which I do that for a purpose because there's some fallacies with the program itself, and that makes me feel a little bit more secure if I catch anything. You've seen the stick figure cams on TV. I have my doubts about that particular one. In a year that we've used ours, I've only caught one piece of evidence that I consider a viable piece of evidence, and there's a lot of contention in the group of whether that is real or not. It's an interesting piece, but what fascinates me the most is the use of the depth perception part of the camera. And I've had a couple interesting bits of evidence on that. We all know that orbs are very controversial in the paranormal world, and what I'm seeing on that depth perception is what would be considered orbs. But with the depth perception, you have to have some sort of mass for it to pick up anything. So what I want to do today is experiment a little bit. We're going to throw some dust at it. We're going to throw some bubbles. We're going to throw some stuff at it to see if we can recreate any of these orbs. And the one piece of footage that's really got me fascinated, I'll post on the channel for you to see as well. But it should be interesting, and I wouldn't call it a debunking video, but I may debunk myself. I don't know. That's what we want to see. But with the controversy of orbs, I want a reference point, my own reference point, for when I do see something during a review session that I can say, oh no, that was a bug or smoke or dust, which we know most orbs are. So let's get to the good stuff. Alright, so I've got my 2 screens pulled up here. On this side, obviously you can see the 3D mapping, which will be the stick figure cam. On the other side is the depth perception. Like I said, we've only had one viable piece of evidence with the stick figure. I've had a few what I would call orbs on the depth perception, and that's what we're trying out today. This is obviously just my laptop. You download Connect for Windows to operate this. It's connected with a cable, a separate power cable. It powers it separately, plugs into USB. I have mine set up on a tripod and plugged into the wall. I like it stationary because it does pick up, like the lamp that's behind it, it would pick up as a person. It'll pick up chairs as a person, and I just feel like if you're mobile, that it creates a much more possibility that it's going to pick something up. So what I want to do today is, I have both windows pulled up, but I want to focus on the depth perception. And I have some powder we're going to use as dust. I have some water we're going to spray at it and see what happens. And the really scientific tool I have is bubbles. And you can see this is Owlette. I have a daughter, so this is dual purpose. So we'll start out, I'm going to blow a little powder at it. Alright, so you can see me on both screens. And all I'm going to do is blow the powder out of this hand at the camera and see what it looks like. Oh, that's really cool. So see, that powder has some density even though it's really fine. and that does actually distort like the one piece. Wow. It looks like mine just drops. Now it's just me dropping it over the camera. Alright, so I'm going to redo the dust as well from a distance. I would guess maybe about 10 feet away from the camera. That's so cool. Alright, so now I have a little spray bottle of water, and I'm going to put some moisture in the air. I'm not going to spray it directly at the Kinect, obviously. I don't want to get it wet, so I'm going to spray it toward the side. Right. And here we go. Really seeing you kind of see something. I'm going to spray that toward it. Only when it gets real close to the camera does it show. That's interesting. And the third test is bubbles. My very scientific dollar store set of bubble. Open that. I'm just going to go in front of it and blow the bubble directly at the camera. Do that again. Nice. I've backed up mostly across the room just to get some more distance between me and the camera. See what it looks like. I didn't see anything on that one. There we go. Alright, so it was brought to my attention that one other thing that I should add is smoke, since I have that ability. And for this test, I'm going to use incense. I can't think of anything that smokes better for a non-smoker. This is road opener incense as well. Don't know if that will make a difference or not, but we're going to try it. Look at that, it picks up flame. So that's heat vapor. There's not a whole lot of smoke coming off of it. It definitely picks up heat vapor. But that's right under the camera. There we go. That is smoke. Alright, so here's the clip that I was telling you about. This is actually in the Dragon Room at St. Albans Sanatorium. We done an overnight investigation there. Huge place. If you get a chance, I would recommend doing it. But this is the clip that sparked my interest in the depth perception camera and the whole reason I done this video. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you. Alright, and I'm going to play it one more time and I'm going to point to where it happens just to make it easier. You'll see it right in here. What fascinates me is that it distorts where the floor is before you ever see it, and then it just tends to grow and darken as it moves out of frame. What interests me the most about this clip is that you see the orb actually distort the area of the floor before you ever see it, and it's like it just rises out of the floor and darkens as it comes toward the camera. It's to say the least, it's an interesting anomaly, especially considering where we recorded it at St. Albans. It has a notorious history, but I find it intensely fascinating. It goes to show that a lot of orb activity is definitely environmental. Obviously not all. I do believe in orbs, but it's an unfortunate truth that 99% of everything that we catch as paranormal investigators can be explained away. It's that 1% that we really look for, we really hope for. I would have loved to have seen a figure of a person show up when I blew that dust. That would have been pretty cool, although I believe that I may have lost my cameraman if that had happened. That's honestly unfortunate. I was hoping for it not to see that stuff like it did. But that's why we do this. We have to debunk as much as we prove. And reputation is everything. So that's exactly why I did this video, and that's why I'll continue to do more. We'll see quite a bit with other equipment that we have. So hope you keep tuning in and watching. Any suggestions, feel free to let me know. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, concerns, you can reach me at mndparanormal.com, mndparanormal@gmail.com, or mndparanormal@blogspot.com, as well as on Facebook. Come check us out. We've got a lot of our evidence posted. We definitely love to hear stories, not just paranormal, but cryptid, anything weird and unusual. Wants to check anything out? You got a good hot spot for us to look at? We'd love to hear about it. Thanks again.